Hello and welcome to DCP SideQuest episode number 94.
Hello.
Hola.
Hello?
Hello.
Good morning.
Hola.
Monday.
Hola.
Howdy.
Howdy, gamers.
Plethora.
Plethora. We have a plethora of gamers.
Yes. Yes. Wasn't it? Yeah, it was Capcom where we decided
Plethora
what a
of
plethora
monsters.
is. Yeah,
Yep.
it's like 5.
Yeah.
Oh, they defined a plethora?
Well,
yeah.
they said a plethora of new monsters were coming to Monster Hunter, and then we saw the amount of new monsters, and we're like, so that's what a plethora is. Every
Yeah.
time Capcom from here until the end of time uses the word plethora, now we know.
Better be 5
Is
or more.
that still working off of the Three Amigos joke where they don't know what a plethora actually means? Have you guys seen the Three Amigos?
We had this discussion
Have we
last
talked about
time,
this
and
before?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I feel like I've seen the Three Amigos, but I don't remember the scene of them discussing plethora.
A plethora.
Yeah.
Do you actually know what a plethora is?
Does anyone
No, El
know?
Guapo.
Well, because even when you Google what's a plethora, it says it's a lot.
Vague.
It's,
Yeah.
it's like
It's a lot.
It's not like a dozen, you know,
Right.
or
Baker's
or-
dozen.
yeah, but these are specific numbers. Plethora is not specific. Maybe that's
Yeah.
why game companies will use plethora because it's like it's more than 3.
Yeah,
but
they don't want to be locked into a number, so they'd be like, it's
Yeah.
a plethora. A lot. So what's
yes.
happening in the gaming universe, guys? There's Biomutant, right?
well, the
I'm getting a
reviews.
little bummed about the Biomutant reviews.
The reviews are out or starting to come out for Biomutant.
The reviews are sobering.
It seems like so first of all, I'll say it seems like one of those games that people seem to either be loving it or be kind of whelmed by it.
Huh.
There doesn't seem to be anyone that's like this game is complete trash. But
Skill Up is definitely saying this game is complete trash.
Yeah, he didn't seem too excited about it.
with Skill Up, I love the way he does reviews, but we
Same.
definitely don't agree on a lot of stuff.
Also, same. I love his reviews. I watch
Yeah.
all his reviews because I
Same.
think
Even
he
if I don't
does-
want to play the game, I watch it.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
an entertaining way of reviewing games. It's
does.
just a fun video to watch, whether you're interested in the game or not. And a lot of times I'll agree with everything he's saying about a game he hates, but I love.
Yeah.
But I still love the game. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't control that kind of thing. I think Godfall is a perfect example of
It
that.
is.
I realize Godfall is a very flawed game, but I
Yeah.
still really enjoyed playing it.
Yeah.
I played all the way through like the campaign and had a
Same.
great time with it and never looked back. But
Yeah.
I feel
so
like
I'm probably still going to buy Biomutant.
yeah. I feel like a lot of video games are like that. It's like pizza, you know, even when it's bad, it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so with Biomutant, it seems to be like a 6 or a 7 out of 10 is the average of what it's getting. It seems like people love the graphics, they love the way that the world looks, they love the crafting. But there's a little bit of like when you're exploring buildings, the inside looks exactly the same as the other building you went in, even in terms of where chests and loot are located. Combat, I've actually heard some people seem to really enjoy the combat and others don't seem to enjoy it, but across the board it seems that the combat is just not very difficult. So I will always say, like, you can have a very deep and beautiful and wonderful combat system, but if your game is too easy, players don't get to use that system.
Yeah, it trivializes
So-
content.
It does, yeah. So you have to have a little bit of difficulty if you have a really deep combat system, and it seems like it's a little easy.
It's also sparse, I think. There's not a lot of enemies to kill. It's
Yeah.
it's kind of a chill exploring game in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
This game actually, the response to it, while it's not as drastic as No Man's Sky was, like the response to it reminds me of No Man's Sky a little bit because it seems like there were some promises made that aren't necessarily like there in the game, or like, you know, some comparisons made in the early talkings about this game that aren't necessarily like good comparisons for the game, like Breath of the Wild, for instance.
Right.
Some
yeah.
over-promising in what was to
But
be
it also
expected.
doesn't seem like it's a completely finished game. So it may be that this game is going to be awesome in a year or
Maybe.
2 years.
Yeah.
But right now it's alpha state.
I think So based on the type of games that I like and stuff in general, I think I'm probably gonna have a good time with Biomutant. Like character customization, people say is really cool. The different classes is cool. The crafting and different weapons and the visuals of what you can do to your character with collecting armor and stuff, people seem to really like. It's just about if that's enough to really carry me through. But it seems like if you're just doing the main campaign, it's like 15 hours. If you're doing side quests, then it can go upwards of 50 or something. I was watching one review from someone who has 100+ hours on the game so far, and he loves it. So it's, it's one of those games where I will definitely play it. I'm gonna be playing it tomorrow. I'm gonna be streaming it tomorrow. If I don't like it, I won't continue playing it. But I think it might be one of those games that's a 6 out of 10 that I have a lot of fun with, like Destiny. I'm still playing that game. It was 6 out of 10.
Solid 6 out of 10 experience.
I'm still here. Yeah. So sometimes, and Godfall, like Briar brings up, is a perfect example where I'm like, yeah, the game's pretty jank sometimes, but God damn it, I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I will say about Godfall, I never returned to it though. I don't even know if they released DLC or anything for it yet. I know they were planning on it.
There wasn't a DLC. They did a pretty extensive patch for Endgame that added a lot of stuff to the Endgame that
nice.
People who played it said that it was a really freaking good patch. But a lot of people just didn't like the initial experience of Godfall.
Yeah, there were some kind of weird things, like the combat could be a little janky sometimes, and the camera was really close into your character, which made it kind of annoying to fight multiple enemies because you just couldn't see anything.
Yeah,
I don't know. I enjoyed the aesthetic of it and the world of it, and it was just kind of it
was like a
fun
AA game.
15-hour experience.
It felt like a AA game, but it was kind of pitched like a AAA game, and I think that's kind of the issue.
I actually think that might be a pretty good view of why Biomutant might be reviewing poorly. Is that it is not a AAA game, but it is priced as a AAA game.
Right.
So people are comparing it to other open world AAA games. So I have a feeling. I'm going to play the game. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to find some issues with it, and I'm going to say I would recommend it at $40.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like one of those.
Also, apparently,
situations.
it doesn't run very well on the PlayStation.
Apparently not. No, apparently it's pretty good on PC. Like the guy who I was watching, who has 100+ hours in, he's had bugs, but in terms of performance, it's been solid the whole way through on a 2080 Ti. But it seems like PlayStation is having crashes.
I wonder how the Series X is.
Don't know actually. I don't think I've watched a
Did
review
it come
from
out
someone.
on Series X?
Yeah. I don't think I've watched a review from someone on Xbox.
There's a lot of games. I think you'd be well served as a gamer to only play games that are a year old or more. Once they've been patched and updated, like you got all those like kind of DLCs out of the way and extra content out of the way. Plus the games are now all $20 to $40 instead of $60. Like you save a bunch of money, you get better versions of the games, and you just listen to podcasts that are a year old, and you'll be right in the money. You'll be right in the pocket.
Yeah, I think from that perspective, if you're okay with waiting, if you're okay with the time and missing out on potentially multiplayer games that have like an initial curve of people getting into it and then petering off, like that's definitely the smartest way to go about it. Did you see that thing? I can't remember the name of the president from Nintendo talking about the pricing of their games. He put out a statement. He talked about how the reason why they don't discount games is because they don't want people who early adopted a game feeling like they got punished for spending the money, and then a year or two later, these other people are paying half the price or less, and it's like, well, you're basically getting punished to play the game early or something because you're paying more money or whatever. Like, it's an interesting perspective to have. The flip side of that is they just want more money.
Yeah, that's a nice coat of paint.
Yeah. Like,
hey, I do see a lot of angry gamers that are like, why did I have to pay $60 for this and you're now paying $20? Why is that?
Yeah, you always see that when we get a console price drop too. It's like, oh, now the PlayStation is $200 less. I feel ripped off. Well, you shouldn't. You got an extra year or two of enjoyment out of your PlayStation for that.
That's the logical viewpoint, right?
That's yes.
Yeah,
yes.
The early adopter, if you look at it financially, you're going to get screwed every time.
Every time, yeah.
Every time.
Every time.
So
Yeah.
like, you know, if value is your biggest motivation, then you should never early adopt. You should always wait for price cuts. You should always wait for things to go on sale.
So Nintendo just makes it easy for you, never having price cuts and keeping all that money.
Even the used game market for Nintendo games is often like you go to GameStop and it'll be like $5 less for a Nintendo title that's 4 years old.
Really?
Yeah. It's because they just hold their value so well. Because the one thing about Nintendo games too is that people buy Nintendo consoles to play Nintendo games,
right?
So they're always the best-selling games on those consoles. So even though there's millions of them out there, you still don't see them on store shelves because that's the games that people want for those consoles.
Yeah,
yeah.
Nintendo in general feels more like a collector's item as well. Like a lot of the stuff feels collector's item, whereas most of a bunch of games come out for Xbox and PlayStation, and you can care less about the collecting viewpoint,
Yeah, I think the Switch is actually going to be a fairly collectible console with the, there are a lot of already rare games on the Switch that go for a decent amount of money. And then the console itself, there's a problem, I think, with the console itself that if the Switch battery dies, you can't even use it like hooked up to a TV anymore.
Oh, really? You can't run off of AC power?
No, I think that's the case.
Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah,
built-in
so that could be an issue in the future. I wonder if they'll ever make like a version of the Switch that's just for TV only use. Just doesn't have a handheld screen or controls. It's just like a Apple TV style puck that just plugs into your TV and then you use a Pro controller with it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like it goes against the ethos of the console, what it's like meant to be.
Yeah. But I would buy that if they made it.
True.
Obviously Biomutant's not on Switch, right? Not powerful enough to run it. Yeah. I feel like that would have been a perfect game for Switch if it could run it.
True. Yeah, it would have been good.
Yeah.
But yeah, with reviews, I would say with any review, the way I watch reviews at least is I listen for things that generally tend to irk me in games or things that disappoint me personally, because everyone's opinion is very, very different, as we've been talking about. But if there's something that is really important to me and a reviewer says this thing is really bad, then I take that into note. But I think if you've been excited for Biomutant, maybe wait until more people have gotten their hands on it so you can get like the general public's opinions on it as well as reviewers. And take it from there.
Yeah, it's a good perspective to have, because one person's pain point in a gaming experience could be another person's enjoyment, like inventory management or resource management type of stuff in games. Some people hate that, and other people are like, that's my favorite part because I get to like manage stuff and see numbers go up and down and all that. Like, you just don't know. So it's a good perspective to have. Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, that is a good point. Sometimes you come across a reviewer, like an individual who just kind of shares your copacetic with in viewpoint and your likes and dislikes, and that's always nice because it's like it's a trusted friend who always reviews movies that you're gonna like. When this person talks about a movie or a TV show, you're gonna like it, as opposed to that idiot friend who's always talking about Supernatural or some dumb shit like that.
Yes, find your spirit review buddy is what you need to find. The person who likes all the games you like, and take their opinion with a larger grain of salt.
Yeah, your review.
I'm gonna go ahead and say anybody who's in the Destiny community cannot be trusted, I would say. Anybody who made a career out of a 6 out of 10 game.
That's true. We all did that. That is
suspect at best.
That's true.
Oh man. Yeah.
I have a non-gaming related thing that I'd love to talk about.
Okay.
Have you guys seen the show Invincible on Amazon?
I haven't.
I don't think so.
I've been needing to watch it for a long time.
Yeah, it's not that old, right? It only came out like a couple of months ago, right?
It's new, yeah. Pretty new.
Okay, so this show, at first, I didn't think I was gonna like. I saw like a clip. You know how you scroll through Amazon and it shows you like a trailer. Basically, I was like, this is like an animated superhero show. I think that superhero shows in movies right now are a little oversaturated. It's like you got the whole Marvel universe thing, is the DC universe. There's tons of TV shows that are superhero related. Then there's the here's a weird off-brand take on superheroes, like The Boys, or stuff like that. Some of that stuff is really good. Some of its stuff is not so good. I really enjoyed this one though. It's animated, which that's fine. I mean, it's kind of
you're a fan of
gory
anime
too.
So not a problem, right?
That's true. Huge fan, expert, I would say.
You are.
It's animated and it's a little bit gory. It's one of those ones that mostly it's like it comes off at first as like a teenage kind of drama, coming of age kind of thing, where you get your main character who just discovered he has superpowers, and his father is like a Superman analog. His name is Omni, and he's like he's Superman. He's the protector of the world. And then some things happen where maybe everything isn't how it looks. And as this guy discovers that he's got power and he's got responsibilities that go along with that power, he's also, dating age, like first girlfriend age, and, dealing with that and dealing with high school. And I don't know, like, it's a bunch of concepts that if you told me about it, I wouldn't be that interested in. But the show itself, I think, is kind of witty and kind of fun to watch, like on an episode to episode basis. There's only one season long so far, but I've really been enjoying it so far. It's really, I just watched the last episode last night, and I was pretty pleased with how it wound up. And there's some fun guest appearances by celebrities as well.
Nice. I need to check it out.
Yeah, I definitely need to. I've heard that it's great. Pretty much everyone has been loving it, so I definitely need to watch it. Yeah.
I'm definitely getting a little over like the superhero stuff. Like there's so much of it right now.
Ever since Marvel doubled down.
Ever since Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get constant superhero stuff.
Yeah, the Marvel movies. I don't know how you guys felt about the Marvel movies, but I wasn't 100% on board for like the first 5 years of that. Like, I felt like there's some good ones. Like the first Iron Man movie was pretty good, but most of the Thor movies were, I would say, god awful. Like they're just bad movies, like boring bad movies. That's fine. I mean, everybody gets their own opinion.
This is why you don't listen to reviewers.
Yeah, that's right. But like, I thought they were pretty uneven until they really ramped up. I thought the first Avengers movie was pretty boring. But they ramped that series up in a way where, like, with all the connection lines and all the characters like coming in and like having the real stakes, like when you have actual characters that die, like it really raises the stakes. And I thought they did a great job toward the end. But now they have to kind of reset that whole universe, and I'm kind of at that point where I don't know if I'm interested.
Don't know if you want to go for the ride that they want to take you on.
I don't know.
I mean, I think the saturation level is very high, but I feel like they've been able to hit a quality level that's very consistent with most of their content. And yeah, there's been a few duds for sure, but like by and large, they are entertaining movies and entertaining series, And Disney Plus is just, I feel like they've kicked it to the next level with being able to do cinematic movie style or big movie theater level type of productions in TV series that's happening on Disney Plus. Like I think that's really surprising to see. Like the budgets are huge on there. I mean, Mandalorian, the budgets for each episode was massive. It looks like a movie.
Yeah, it looks like they're putting that on the screen too. It's like it looks like it's an impressive series.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've been enjoying the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
I love the Winter Soldier. I really enjoyed the whole thing. That was a good
The Falcon and Winter Soldier series?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good. The end I really liked.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought there were some slow episodes in there, but the end was enough that I'm looking forward to season 2. Are they going to do a season 2 actually, or is it just a one and done kind of thing?
Pretty sure these are segments going along to tee up like
to Endgame.
Yeah, the next
Avengers last game.
The next series of movies that are coming out, like just teeing up each one. I think is brilliant because it's like you get these movie installs that can be massive, and then you get these series that dig more into the characters that they're not willing to take time on to in the movies to really explore. And so you really get to take your time to live in the world for a bit longer.
Makes me care a lot more about the characters with them being able to take their time and flesh everything out.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah. WandaVision, I thought, like, I can't see them being able to make a movie that impacted as well as what the series did in that, because just the being able to space out the relationship between her and her husband and her kids and like all of that stuff, I think it hits better because you had the time to kind of get comfortable with all those characters and relationships. Whereas in a movie, I think it would have been really abrupt. Why is she so upset about these kids that are fake?
Yeah, that she just learned about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of the TV format allows them to develop it in ways that just would not be possible in movies. And I think that's what's brilliant about this, is that they have the best of both worlds. They can deliver a series at movie level quality, so it feels continuous, or contiguous with all the quality level that the movies are doing, and then deliver the movies and just rake in tons of money. Because apparently, actually, I don't know this for sure, but it seems like Disney Plus is making them money.
I mean, it's hard to imagine anybody who's either a Star Wars fan or a Marvel fan isn't subscribed to that, right?
Yeah.
And it's two of the biggest franchises on Earth.
Yeah, if not
the two biggest. If
not making money, but like digging them out of what they've spent to produce all that content,
Yeah. That's interesting, right?
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting. Yeah, very, very interesting.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
How do you guys feel about Netflix making video games? Because they have made their intentions clear that they're looking for a new lead to do their video game division. So they're speaking to veteran game industry executives. They've also said that they're excited to expand their entertainment. And it also seems like they might be doing a bundle video service. So you have Netflix and then the gaming portion.
Jeez,
Netflix.
How would that work? Would it be like downloadable games, or would it be like a streaming game service? Like,
I don't know. It's super early.
Google one that I can't remember.
Tell me I'm gonna have Steam and then Netflix clients for games.
They basically just said, we want to play, we want to make video games.
They're like, we can do The Witcher better. We can make a better Witcher 3.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Imagine if Netflix gets the Witcher license, like, because they got all these licensed TV shows and movies, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Or they have their own licenses. Oh, they have the Castlevania license because they made the Castlevania TV show.
Briar. This is what I was thinking. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if they made a game alongside a TV show that came out?
Yeah, and then, that would be dope.
Like their original series come with a game, and you get to. That would be really cool if they did that. I'm much more interested in them kind of putting it with their original series than just being like, "Hey, we have a game studio now, and we're making a BR."
I think what's interesting
Defiance
is that
did that, right? Was it that TV show, a sci-fi TV show, and it came out with it was like a MMO light called Defiance. I think that was the name of it.
I'm not sure. I don't remember this being a TV show and an MMO combined.
Neither the TV show or the video game were very popular or very good.
Maybe that's why.
And that's the risk you have, is then maybe your shows and your games are ass.
Well, they have. So Amazon tried. Amazon's done the game studio thing and has not been successful at it. So it's
Control.
True.
Yeah, I wonder if they are looking at Amazon and saying, okay, let's not do that, but let's do it differently. Or if they're ignoring Amazon, saying they'll have a better experience at it or something. I don't know. I feel like that has to be something that they look at and say, this is not going to be easy. But then again, they've done a crap load of content for Netflix and made it work, and now are posting profits officially from all the money that they spent.
Yeah. See, Control, man, that's another game where lots of people seem to really love it. I loaded up that game and was like, I have not seen a game look this ass in like 10 years.
Control?
This is truly, truly awful. Sorry, Crucible, not Control. Crucible. Oh. Sorry. Was it called Crucible? The Amazon game, Crucible.
Yeah, I know it's not
'cause
Control, but I don't know what the name is. So I was like, I don't want to correct you.
I was like,
I don't know
Control
what it is.
is in the Crucible and Destiny. It's the same thing. The exact same. And my whole world is just games named after various things in the Destiny universe. So Crucible. Yeah, Crucible. I loaded it up and I was in the you have to do like a little tutorial thing, and I was like, this looks and feels and this is all bad. There's not a single good thing about this.
What if they had a TV show with it?
Maybe. No. No. God damn, that game was awful. I have not loaded up a game and felt like that ever, really.
Yeah, it basically disappeared.
I was not even aware of that TV.
Of Crucible?
I'm not even aware of that. No.
It was a blip. It was like, Amazon's making a game. They're like, it's coming out pretty soon. Then it was like, it's trash. And everybody was like, what game? I forget. What? Amazon makes games?
You know
No, they
why
don't.
it was a blip? Because they came out. People hated it. So some people did love it. People hated it mostly. And then they were like, let's just take that down.
They took it out back.
They
shot it in the head.
Removed it. They removed it from everywhere. They just like killed it immediately. They were like, all right, that's a fail.
A corporate ninja squad came in and deleted all the files and was like, what are you talking about? You guys don't work here. We don't make a game called Crucible. It's weird.
In a world now that we live in, that like so many games have this like life after bad review scores, like huge games. Yeah. What's that Ubisoft game that is really popular? It's
Immortal Phoenix?
Siege.
Oh.
No, Siege. Rainbow Six Siege. Like that game came out. I don't feel like it got a lot of hype at launch, but man, it continues to be ultra popular.
Yeah. It's improved a lot.
Yeah, it just lives under the radar too. I don't see a lot of coverage about it, but it's got a huge community, people who are really diehard fanatics for it. Mm-hmm. For Honor still getting a lot of players. People are still playing that. Ubisoft, I feel like, is really good at this. Is supporting games, even though like the initial response wasn't that good, and then it builds over time and gets a
I think the theme
gets a player base.
There's the theme. It's like you look at Destiny, you look at No Man's Sky, you look at a bunch of Ubisoft games that are live service-esque type of stuff. And if you have an idea and it sucks at launch, you can definitely salvage it.
You can, yeah. You definitely can.
Yeah, it completely salvageable. You just have to be willing to put in the work from a development standpoint.
Yep.
I don't think it works that way with TV
or
shows,
Anthem.
though. Or Anthem.
Poor Anthem. Well, see, Anthem actually had like a really solid foundation of stuff, but just they didn't stick with it.
I think it was just
they could have.
Anthem didn't have the money. Yeah, Anthem didn't have that push for the second phase, or at least. Well, I mean, we heard what happened, right? Is EA just said, they had some kind of a meeting where they said, all right, convince us. And they didn't convince them.
Basically, that's what happened. They got together and showed what they had been working on so far, and were like, well, sorry.
They're like,
there's still Anthem fans out there. There's
absolutely.
I still subscribe to the Anthem Reddit, and every once in a while I see a post, still out here, Antheming.
They're still playing it?
Yeah.
I wonder when those servers are going to get shut down.
I feel like that's a short timer, right?
I mean,
that's real. That's so sad.
I
know.
They already put the kaputs into it. It's just a matter of time. I wonder if the Christmas thing is still going on. Has it been changed?
Oh, the Christmas event that never went away. Yeah, maybe.
It's permanent Christmas there.
That's a nice way
that
to
game,
leave
man,
it.
makes me sad. That makes me so sad because it was a game that had some really cool stuff in it.
It had good.
It just
bones.
needed more time in the oven.
Yeah, it had some good ideas in there. It just wasn't quite there. And the press reception was really rough.
It was rough. Imagine if that game shipped with 4 biomes and much more loot and a better fleshed out weapon kind of a
40-hour
system
campaign or something.
Yeah, something like that. That could have been amazing.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well. Did you guys ever watch one of those Netflix shows? History. You guys ever watch one of those Netflix shows?
I have. I've seen it. Yeah.
Nice. Excellent.
Seen them all.
Where you get to choose your path.
No, I
haven't.
Yeah, there's a
didn't even know that was a
couple.
thing.
There's a few Netflix shows out there that are recent where they've they've made them look really nice, like they're doing with a lot of the production value, where you basically get to choose your it's like a choose your own adventure book, but in a movie format.
Yeah.
They've had a few of those, and I wonder if that is part of the spark to make their own game studio as well, because it's kind of in that vein.
Maybe those are the games they're gonna make. They're gonna make the Telltale type game, where you're just playing it through a story and making decisions.
Yo, Telltale games on Netflix with just
Make
think about
Netflix.
it.
Yeah.
Just a few more options with the controller. That could actually work.
That could work. I'm ready for them to do something unique and fun and cool.
Yeah.
That's what I'd love to see. I'm always down to support something. That's actually why I'm totally down to support Biomutant kind of no matter what, because they're doing something unique and cool, and I want to see more studios who are not backed by billions of dollars be able to do that, take those risks.
So speaking of potentially unique and cool, well, I guess this wouldn't be unique and I mean it'd be cool. So there's rumors about Team Ninja doing a Final Fantasy game. That's an action RPG game.
What? I was hoping you were going to say Beach Volleyball 3.
That too.
Really?
Yeah. There's legit rumors about Team Ninja, Neo, making a Final Fantasy in the universe of Final Fantasy.
Souls-like game. Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm excited.
As soon as I read it, I was like, apparently there's going to be like an alpha in the summer or something.
What?
Yeah, this just came out today. I was
really?
like,
I don't know that.
It was on Twitter. Jason Schreier retweeted it. As soon as I saw this, I was like, dude, Final Fantasy with Team Ninja DNA. I mean, yes.
Have you guys played those Ninja Gaiden games that came out on the Xbox and Xbox 360? I think they also ported them to like the PS2.
They're also doing the remaster in June. I think it's June. They're remastering like all of the Ninja Gaiden games. Yeah. I love them. They're great.
Yeah, they were good. They were hard as sin, but they felt
hard.
so good and fluid. At the time, I haven't played them recently, so I don't actually know. Did they stand up?
Maybe with an increased frame rate and stuff, it will be the case where the game feels easier because you're not fighting the actual technical part of the game.
Fighting the hardware.
Because that's what happened with Demon Souls, right? Like, it was less jank with moving around and dodging and all of that, so it was naturally a bit easier.
Yeah, more precision. Yeah.
That is very exciting.
Yeah, isn't that
Team
cool?
Ninja. I love Team Ninja.
I know they are.
They are awesome.
Yeah,
them
taking best volleyball games of all time.
Them taking the IP of Final Fantasy and turning it into an action RPG with like those type of fighting. Like, imagine getting Final Fantasy weapons and having a combat system. Imagine having like summons and all that. Because they'd have to do something like that, right? They'd have to allow you to summon the behemoth. Briar, you're behemoth.
I can't really picture this game, to be honest with you. How does
apparently
like a Team Ninja game fit into like a Final Fantasy? It'd have to be like, would it be an action game? Would they just go?
They said action RPG.
Oh man, action RPG. So exciting.
Yeah. That could be really good. I mean,
I love the Final Fantasy world, and Team Ninja's combat is so freaking good that you put that together, and
that's what sells me so much. I'm just like, okay, this combat system with the Final Fantasy universe, yes, please.
The Final Fantasy universe is just really just a framework, right? It's like you got to have chocobos in there somewhere. And that's really about it.
You got to have materia and magic and all that, you know.
Maybe some summons in there. You know?
And some summons. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, it's
that is very exciting. Yeah, so Josh and Chad just linked me to the tweet about it, and it said, over the weekend, rumors began stirring about a Final Fantasy spin-off from Team Ninja. Fanbyte sources believe this to be true and have told us the game's title is Final Fantasy Origin, with a public alpha set for summer. They
haven't used Origin yet as a title?
Yeah, there's actually a game called Final Fantasy Origins, and it was Final Fantasy. It was Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 2 in one game.
Oh, okay. It was
literally the origins of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Was that like a Game Boy remake, or was it?
Apparently, it was on PlayStation. I don't know.
You know, Briar, I think you're right. They're gonna make a Final Fantasy volleyball game. It's the origin of.
It could be.
Oh my god.
Sephiroth
Volleyball.
Oh my god, he's so tall. He's gonna be great.
He's the
He is
best.
very tall. He
He's
also
gonna
has
be spike
wings.
that ball like crazy. I wonder what his bathing suit's gonna look like.
Non-existent. It's practically going to be naked.
Oh man, that is some of the most exciting news I've heard. I wonder, so it makes me wonder that with them already having a game called Final Fantasy Origins and it being Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 2, and then this is apparently going to be Final Fantasy Origin, if they're doing like a retelling of the origin story of Final Fantasy, that'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It would be cool.
But apparently it's a
Those games are
spin-off.
hard to go back to, right? Like the
Yeah,
old
it is
NES
hard.
era.
Yeah, they did say spin-off on this.
RPGs.
But again, this is also a rumor, so maybe the title could
Yeah.
completely change. They might have
Oh,
dubbed
man.
it Final Fantasy Origin initially, and then once we finally get official info about it from Team Ninja.
That is so exciting.
Yeah, I read that and I was like, yes. That would
Yes.
be so cool.
Love Team Ninja. I keep telling Tomo that if he's going to work anywhere, he should work at Team Ninja.
Nice.
Because they have like with Neo, right? They have a lot of systems and there's things that are really, really good. And then there's things that they could definitely do a bit better. So it's one of those things where they're very refined and they do things very well, but there's places for them to grow.
Sure,
So I
yeah.
think that might be the most exciting place to work as a developer, right? Like you walk into FromSoft making Dark Souls, they've already perfected everything. You're just there to learn how to do the perfect stuff.
You're
But
like,
with a place like
yeah.
Team Ninja, you know, there's some stuff that you can kind of make better or make more unique.
Yeah, they've got a wide variety of games too, right? Because didn't they do the Dead or Alive fighting games?
Let's look up Team Ninja games.
All right, we're gonna get a complete rundown.
We're gonna do the
And then-
whole list.
They did. I'm pretty
Neo.
sure they were behind that, and then they were behind
It is
obviously
Dead
the
or
beach
Alive,
volleyball
yes.
games, and they did
Um,
Dead or Alive games for a long time too.
They've done, all the Dead or Alive games. They've done, of course, Ninja Gaiden. Marvel Ultimate Alliance was done by them. Hyrule Warriors. Metroid. Which one is this? Metroid Other M. They did as well.
Didn't
They did
realize that.
Other M. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they did that as well. They did Fire Emblem Warriors.
Oh,
Dissidia.
interesting.
So
Huh.
they have done, that's right, they did do Dissidia, which is a Final Fantasy.
Yeah, so this could be more of a
Spin-off game.
traditional Final Fantasy.
Maybe,
experience.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that they go more of like the Neo Ninja Gaiden route with it, because that
Yeah,
would
because that's
be-
the sauce, right?
that's the stuff that people have really seemed to connect to and be really happy about with Team Ninja. Of course, people like Dead or Alive. People like the boobs movie. Okay.
Yeah.
I played a
Boobs
lot
are
of Dead
pretty
or
good.
Alive. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Are they selling a
But-
Final Fantasy game? Yeah, they
But
are. Yeah.
Neo and Ninja Gaiden are like the things that people are like, yes, this is what we like from Team Ninja. That they do combat really, really well. So I hope they do go with a game that has. I mean, they said action RPG, right? So
Yeah.
I guess it would be.
I
more
hope
of
they
that.
include the Neo like DNA, because like
I hope so.
it's just so good, and in
Oh,
like a
man,
different
the
universe, it
combat.
would be very exciting.
Very exciting.
I bought that Neo 1 and 2 PlayStation 5 upgrade pack. I still
Yeah.
haven't booted that up yet. Still gonna
You
get
should.
into that.
What you waiting
Do
for?
it.
I don't know.
Don't want to face a yokai?
Who could say?
I'm one to talk because I didn't finish Neo 2.
You didn't. Yeah, we need you to go back and finish it
Yeah, redo on PS5.
in 120 FPS.
Once I stop playing a game for like an extended period of time, especially a hard game like that,
Yeah.
the chances of me going back to finish it are so slim.
Oh, because it's so hard. Because like
Yeah.
at the point of the game where you left, it's probably a pretty deep in there, which means it expects you to be good, but you've forgotten how to play the game entirely. It's like when I
Yeah.
go back to Monster Hunter when they have an update and I haven't played for a while, and it's like, oh, there's this new super hard monster, and I'm like, I don't even remember how to run. To be
Yeah.
honest, I don't know wonder.
Right.
Which
You
buttons
forget entire
attack?
mechanics. Yeah.
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 That's why it took me so
so hard to go
long to
back.
finish Witcher 3. Because, I mean, I had a lot of starts and stops on stream for that. And that was brutal. What actually got me going, though, was doing the DLC, Blood and Wine. Right?
Yeah.
It's Blood and Wine, yeah. And doing that all the way through and then being like, this is just so good that I have to finish the game. So that's actually what got me to finish the main story, the main campaign. But it
Blood
was
and
difficult.
Wine, I think, is the best content in that entire game. That DLC was so good.
It really was, yeah. Fantastic DLC. Speaking of wine, Briar, did you play Resident Evil 8?
Not yet.
Oh
I
my
booted
God.
up like the first. Geez, I think it was like 15 to 20 minutes. The first like big dude you see.
Oh yes.
He stomped on me, and then I had to go.
Nice.
He gave me the licking, and I had to turn it off. Like I
You're like,
wanted to
"That's
keep
it."
playing, but I have been so busy in the last like 2 to 3 weeks that I just haven't had a lot of game time, unfortunately.
Yep. Unfortunately, that's where I've been at too. I haven't been able to play it because I've been too damn busy with IRL stuff, and I haven't had enough time to dig into it. Because, like, I hate starting a game for 30 minutes to an hour and then having to stop it. Like,
it's the worst with like a single player story game, especially if you're streaming it, to just be like, oh, I'm going to play this for a little bit and then I'm not going to play it for a week and then we're going to come back. Like, no one knows what's going on. No one even knows that you played the game. It's just a mess.
Yeah, it's very disruptive to the experience.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen about it too, like I know I'm gonna love it. I know I'm gonna have a great time playing it. So, like I'm also kind of saving it for like when I do have time where I can just sit and enjoy something. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes
weekend to knock it all out.
I'm one of the I can't relax if I have something to do. Like if I got something to do at like 5 p.m., I can't relax all day. Right?
Yeah.
Like all day, I know I've got like a thing I got to do at 5 p.m. So I'm weird like that. Like you'd think you'd be able to relax until 4 o'clock, and then get ready and go. I don't know what's wrong with me.
No, I'm the same.
Yeah,
I'm the same. If there's something's going on at 5, I have a tough time like turning that off to do other things, unless it's very easy work related things. Yeah. I was gonna say when we finished, or when we talked about RE8 last time, Watts, I don't think you had finished it yet, right?
No, I finished it before the last show that we did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been done for a while.
Yeah. No, I know you've been done, but I feel like the last time we talked about it, you hadn't finished it. You were just about done. And I was curious, what's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts. So, Resident Evil 8 is kind of got like sections of different experiences within the horror genre. So you might have experiences that are very, PT-like, and then you have ones that are more action-like Resident Evil 4. So it's kind of got a bit of everything for every horror fan in there, I would say. There might be parts that you enjoy more than others because of that. The ending, no spoilers, of course, but I really enjoyed it. We spent probably maybe an hour or 45 minutes after the stream we finished the game talking about what happened and what does this mean and what's the story here, what's the connections here. So yeah, that there was a part of the game that I really hated, absolutely despised, hated, wanted it to just end ASAP. But the rest of it I thoroughly enjoyed, and the ending I thought was really good.
Was there an animal involved getting abuse?
No.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes.
I'm excited to play it.
Are you ever going to play it?
I really, really want to play it. I do. With the reviews of Biomutant being kind of lackluster, I might just play it this week, actually.
You could just skip Biomutant, and then if it comes out that a bunch of us are liking it, you can jump into that later.
That's
but
true.
You might as well do Resident Evil now.
Yeah, true.
Tefty's streaming Resident Evil this week, guys. You heard it here first. Hot off the press. I'm really excited to. I want to watch everyone play a certain segment in that game.
The segment you
I will watch
part?
Literally everyone play a certain part.
The segment you
scary
hated?
part?
No. My favorite segment, actually.
Favorite. Interesting.
Yes.
Is there giant boobs in this favorite segment?
You could argue that there could have potentially been a giant boob.
Interesting. Okay, no spoilers.
A gooey boob, maybe.
Ooh.
Yikes.
I wasn't on board with only one boob to begin with, but when I heard it was gooey, I really like my boobs as a pair.
Anything else going on this week?
Well, there was a thing with Twitch where they talked about the hot tubs.
Oh, that's
hot
right.
tub meta.
Yeah.
And they were like, guys,
the waters have been boiling around this, huh?
waters have been
Channeling
boiling
Eric's right now.
Yeah.
Some turbulence in them waters.
Yes. So Twitch was like, so we heard that you're not totally loving the hot tub stuff on Twitch. So we're going to make a new category, hot tubs, beaches, and pools. So now there's a specific category for it, which I think isn't a terrible thing to do, because the problem was that, like, if you're someone who loves just chatting, and like there's so much in just chatting, there's podcasts, there's, you know, people talking about the latest episode of a TV show, there's people just hanging out watching videos together. So if you're someone who likes just chatting and you watch that a lot, you would get hot tub streams recommended to you, and that's probably maybe not what you really want to watch.
Yeah.
So at least with it having its own category, if you're watching that category, you'll get it recommended. But if you're watching just chatting, you shouldn't get it recommended anymore.
That's a good split.
This is funny to me because this is like the continued easement of Twitch's like streaming rules, right?
Yeah.
Because it used to be you had to be playing a game.
Yep.
Oh, great. That's nice. You had to be playing a game on Twitch. And then they're like, well, we'll just make it just chatting because so many people just want to talk on Twitch.
Yeah.
And then now, like, so that was like a new one. And then out of that, now they've done the hot tub. So how many iterations of just chatting to hot tubs do we have to wait till we get like just feet and just scat?
Yeah, I do. I know there's a lot of people making music on Twitch and editing videos, and like that's all really cool. I don't know how I feel about it getting closer to like a cam site.
OnlyFans, but live all the time.
Because there are platforms for that, and I think my biggest issue comes with, you know, Twitch is child friendly, and I would definitely have preferred if they put that category behind an 18 plus. Of course, kids gonna lie about their age, but it's at least, you know, one extra thing to do. But the good news is, the rising stars of this new hot tub category are otters.
Mm-hmm. Otters?
Yeah, there's a live feed of otters in there.
As a hot tub stream?
Wait, did you say udders or otters?
Otters.
Utters?
Oters.
Utters.
Oters. Oters.
I love otters. Otters are amazing.
Same.
They also
so
had
somebody set up a live stream of otters in a pool.
Yes, there you can
That's
watch.
Awesome.
It's called Marine Mammal Rescue. They're live right now, actually.
Damn,
okay.
rate 'em.
So you can you can just watch. They're playing with toys on their backs. They're adorable. So
God.
they are in the pools, hot tubs, and beaches category.
Well, this
Killing
is
the
definitely
game.
a hot tub stream I'd watch. My God.
Oh my
Killing
God,
the
they're so
game.
cute.
They're adorable, man. I love otters.
Yeah, so that's
They're water
the thing.
sausages.
There's 1,500 viewers right now.
Yeah.
Of course there is.
They've
This
been
is
live for
fantastic
39
content.
hours. 39 hours.
Wow.
Just-
Oh, they don't just leave it on all the time?
Yeah, permanent feed of otters
Good.
Yeah, you get to see what's
Good,
up with the
that's
otters.
being
should be.
adorable.
Yeah.
I love that. And then we also had some funny things happen. Like PC Gamer had Geralt in the hot tub. They just had a feed of Geralt hot tub.
That's great.
Briar's dying.
I just saw the chat. Somebody said, what, no beavers? And me being immature and childish. I thought that was hilarious.
And the funniest thing about this otter stream is exactly what Brose said in chat. It's thickest fur, hottest #1 cold tub. Because if you look at any hot tub streamer, lady streamers, they'll be like thickest hot tub streamer, hottest hot tub streamer, and this is thickest fur, #1 cold tub. That's
That is
amazing.
fantastic.
Love that. So I'm glad people are having fun with it, with the category.
Yeah.
Doing fun
Yeah.
things.
It is interesting though that Twitch has had such a long and arduous, like, confusing messaging about how they're managing content on their site, you know?
Yeah.
Well, the people who run Twitch aren't the same people who ran Twitch 2 years ago, right? Like
Yeah, but
once they got bought by Amazon,
you'd think there'd be
redid
a
the whole
Bible,
structure.
you know, there's like a Twitch Bible of what is accepted, what they want their site to have and contain and all that, and they like go by that. And it just feels like whoever's working that day kind of decides some of the guidelines. It's felt like that in the past, you know?
Yeah, it definitely would have been easier for them if they were just like, hey, listen, you can talk, you can make music, but you gotta have clothes on. You could even have it to where, if you're traveling and you're a vlogger, if you want to go to the beach or the pool, like, you just can't stream that. Like, stream the next day when you're in a forest or something.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, you technically do have clothes on with being in like a bathing suit. Like that's acceptable.
Then that's where the loophole came from. Is it was like, if you're in a pool or a hot tub or on a beach, you're allowed to stream wearing a bikini.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I actually didn't realize that. I thought people were just like, "What if I streamed a hot tub?"
No, that's exactly why they brought the hot tub, because
they couldn't sit in front of a computer in a bikini.
Yes, but you could sit in a hot tub in a bikini.
Yeah.
Or a kiddie pool, which is what most of them are.
Yeah.
It's a little kiddie
The
pool.
definition of hot tub is loose.
Yeah.
That is so silly. My goodness.
Yeah,
They're like
so
those blow-up kiddie pools that you put
They
out
are.
in your yard.
They are. Some people even sit in chairs in the kiddie pool, so they're not even in the pool. They're just,
So literally just
they
bending
just
the
got
definition.
it there. They got it there so they can wear the bikini.
They're not even getting their udders wet.
No. They're not, unfortunately. But this whole thing came with one of the Twitch streamers who is probably the biggest hot tub streamer, ended up getting their ads just removed. They can't make money from ads anymore, and Twitch didn't tell them about it. And that's the biggest issue, right? The bigger issue is that Twitch didn't communicate that. They didn't talk about it. They didn't say, hey, just so you know, you're allowed to do this content on Twitch, but we can't have you get advertisements, because then advertisers don't want their... And the thing is that the advertisers... It is mixed messaging.
It's mixed messaging.
That's what it is all the time. But yeah, like, advertisers didn't want to have their stuff on, like, they're targeting a gaming website mostly. And then it's going, oh, hey, now you're on hot tub streams. Yeah.
Now you're watching.
But they also have condom ads and all sorts of stuff, so who knows?
Once again, mixed messaging.
Who knows? Who cares? Who? I have no idea. All I know is that
Twitch
if
is
this
so
means
confusing.
I get much more otters, then that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best thing is the
I'm
otter
definitely
stream.
subscribing to otters.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Marine Mammal Rescue. Twitch.tv / Marine Mammal Rescue is
there
your stream of the day to go follow.
He's looking around on his back. He's got a little Kong.
and hey, they rescue, rehabilitate, and release sick and injured marine mammals. So
that's really
they're
cool.
doing good stuff, and they're showing us cute things.
He's doing spins.
Yeah.
This is great. I'm gonna have this on my second monitor when I'm streaming. So anytime people start to make me angry, I'm gonna just be like, "Oh, look, he's on his back with toys."
Problem is, we're gonna start getting recommended all the hot tub streamers now.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true. Yeah.
If you like the otters, you're gonna love this channel.
You're gonna love the udders.
Come for the otters, stay for the udders. Put that on a t-shirt.
Oh my goodness. I think that's the episode, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Ending on otter news.
Yep.
I know. Watts really wanted me to talk about Street Fighter news, but I'll save it for next episode.
Are you still in silver, Briar? Have you moved up?
I am bouncing back and forth between bronze and silver. I'm not good enough to be a silver player.
Dang.
I haven't been playing as much as I was lately, but we'll talk about it some
Understandable.
Okay.
All right. Well, that is episode number 94 of DCP SideQuest. Thanks for chilling. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for the support. If you're a Patreon member, we appreciate that. And also Twitch subs. Thank you very much across the board for all the support on the podcast. Thank you. Watts?
Thank you, everybody.
Where can people find you?
I am Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Just look for Miss 5000 Watts. And I got Mytha class yesterday when I finished the raid.
Congratulations
So
on the Mytha.
I'm going to be playing Iron Banner
Oh,
with
nice.
the Mytha class. And then this week is tomorrow we're going to be doing Biomutant after some Destiny stuff. And then we're also going to be probably playing the new Monster Hunter update because they're having a stream telling us about the update. And when they do that, normally the update's
A plethora of monsters.
a plethora of monsters.
Nice.
Yes.
Briar.
You can find me researching how to bring a Mustang to an autocross course and dashing out the door because I got an appointment in like 35 minutes.
All right. We better wrap this up. I'm Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on Twitter, and I may or may not stream Resident Evil 8 this week. We'll see. You never know.
We'll see.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you for another episode soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.